What's up, everybody? I hope you're having yourselves a lovely day. I got a different type of video for you. We're gonna be doing a ShoeOnHead react video today. She uploaded a video on Charlie Kirk. I have been very much so affected by it. I'm sure you guys could tell. I'd be talking about it a lot in the videos. I'm hoping this video is gonna be good. I already know it's probably gonna be kind of heavy, so...
I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, when it comes to the issue
and family
of murder. I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it, with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, this place is a mess. Like, I don't see it the same anymore either. This is absolutely terrible. I feel like we're kind of in a hellspawn. I don't know how else to word this, but that's exactly what it feels like. I don't know. Like, we're just surrounded by a bunch of demons, it feels like. Spiritual warfare, bro. Freaking, what's his name? The turn of the freaking frog's gay. I can't remember his name. InfoWars. Alex Jones. He was right. He was right. Anyways.
Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a f***ing guy. He was a f***ing podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies.
I feel like the uncles are kind of worse.
Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example, the two most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots. But guess what? Both those things, the two most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more—
Yeah. That's a huge fucking problem, dude. The celebration of someone dying just because they disagree with you, like, you're kind of a crybaby. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It most of the time comes from a place of, like, incompetence, too. Like, they're so in their own world that they can't even comprehend a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And part of being in their own world, and this is kind of why I advocate that, like, these people, like, we need to have a lot more psych wards and a lot more people need to be under the criteria of a danger to others. That needs to be, like, reconsidered, in my opinion. The whole people should die for their opinion thing is just absolutely insane. And even if it's, like, indirect, like, if you subject someone to a way that they can literally die just because you disagree with them, I don't know. I don't even know what the proper punishment for you would be. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's keep going.
More importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this, oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So
yeah, you can't do that.
Not just one wrong guy, but two wrong guys. The FBI finally got only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this f***ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
"Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
I fucking hate it here. A lot of people were saying,
what the fuck? And the craziest part, that's the kill shot. I don't know if they said that that was like a full casing that they found where it's like the bullet was still in it, but if it was an empty one, it was only one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was probably the kill shot.
That the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes, and I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest.
What?
I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav Squat meme from 2012, and they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav Squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like, groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna
where
say,
did the Pepe even come from?
I don't know about that. That
Just a
seems
bunch
kind
of
of
liberal
schizo.
boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Ay, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but...
You know what I'm noticing? These people are all very, very, very fucking ugly. And what I'm wondering, if y'all paid attention to the recent video that I just uploaded, is that what y'all look like? When y'all were commenting on my video about the homeless dude from SOAR saying that I was the one in the wrong when I clearly wasn't, is this you? Y'all, that's crazy. Come on. Come on, man. Like, the jokes write themselves.
I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Ads.
Make
homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head. We got Charlie and that. We got Charlie and that.
What do you mean we?
I heard someone got
we?
shot
What
today.
team are you talking about?
I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
Yo.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few.
Actively makes like the entirety of the country radicalized.
It's just great.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like,
Eugenics? That's where we're at with this? That's where they're at? I always pause it on the best faces. Like, have you seen this shit? I'm sorry. Eugenics to get rid of... Yo, Nazi Germany would love you. That's all I'm saying.
get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it, with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy "in this house we believe" shit-lib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from the Stormfront who were celebrating the death. This is different. It's never been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen.
Yeah, notice she said a couple dozen. Brother, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people agreeing with the death of this person. I can see where people are coming from on the whole. If you tweet or like make a post or whatever, they come after you. Low-key, I feel like if you're liking this stuff or like retweeting, you should also be held accountable. Call me crazy, but if you're like, especially the ones that are liking like consistent, because like that's how the algorithm works. Once you get one thing like it, it's gonna follow. And oh god, this is a mess.
Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here full face, full name, like hell yeah, murder.
I paid for my own college, so I knew I'd have to start accumulating a lot of money, paying student loans, paying rent. There wasn't much left over.
HTLT,
every month I put whatever I could into Wealthfront. It does the work for me.
15% off, not 10 or 5, 15.
These people have to be openly
And discount stack.
sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history needs to end. They will blame you for your death because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just
There is no right side of
self-defense.
history,
That's
by
why
the way.
they're
It's always
using
written by
Kyle
the winner.
Rittenhouse as some
There's
kind of
never a
gotcha.
good side.
Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out, because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on,
Was
ladies?
he a misogynist?
Basically, the whole country is
Or,
shook
like,
because
had
last
some,
year
like,
they realized how
controversial
many
takes?
people would celebrate the murder
Or
of a
something?
president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of
Because
them.
I didn't really follow Charlie
At the end of
Kirk
the day, this
super,
is all
super
the
heavy.
inevitable conclusion of the
I just-
punch a Nazi
I
thing
was,
from, like, 2017.
like-
Do you guys remember?
Hold on. Back in high school, I used to fuck with Milo Yiannopoulos, like, super heavy, and I kind of would watch a tiny bit of Ben Shapiro, but I honestly didn't like him as much. And nowadays, it's completely understandable looking back why I did not like him. I didn't watch a ton of Charlie Kirk.
For that. We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit like,
I don't know what
if
he
you
did,
don't want to
really,
be called a
on that part.
Nazi,
Like,
stop being a
misogyny-wise.
Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah, that's great, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience like, Shoo, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023.
This list is about
Let's
to
go.
go hard.
Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent, criticizing Joe Biden, criticizing
Hold
the
on, this is
Democratic
recording
Party,
the audio,
not
right?
being attracted to feminine men, not hating men in general, criticizing Canada's MAID program, not taking the COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia.
Who? Wait, okay, yeah, there was another one coming up there. Being against pedophilia and criticizing cuties? How are you getting... Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things, just wish they should get better. No, for real.
Pedophilia, being
That's
against the
crazy.
destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children,
Bro.
being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, its toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed
Criticized
by
for
fans on
wanting to
Twitter,
date
saying
someone who
Hillary
has a
Duff
good
is cool,
relationship with their
making fun
parents?
of Reddit,
What
and
the
for
fuck?
Asmongold reacting to me,
I only want bitches
criticizing
with daddy
American
issues.
imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking
Yo,
being
what the
Ubers,
fuck?
and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi.
Okay. I have like 2 different opinions on this. I appreciate the energy. That's my first one. Is that weirdly, if they genuinely think that this dude's a Nazi and they were saying a dead Nazi's a good Nazi, that part's kind of whatever. But the thing is their view on Charlie Kirk being a Nazi is like, what? Like y'all need to learn what actually being a Nazi is. Like, know your history before doing this, because like if you have this energy for the proper people, like you know,
It's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my
that part. That
because
part.
I know a lot of you can relate.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
know a lot
That
of
part.
you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends.
How long has Charlie Kirk been in the game, bro?
That video never happened. I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single, like, lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know and, like, checking out what they have been saying about this. And besides maybe, like, 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control, which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening. I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean.
And it's like, that side was the side to advocate against even owning guns at all. Like, when mass shootings would happen, like Vegas, they were all very much so like, take away guns completely. And now they're advocating for it. I don't know. I don't know. I remember there being a term where it's like every 10 years, each political side changes. And I guess that's very true. I don't know. Maybe we're at that point. I don't know, bro.
Trying to, like, grasp onto a flotation device. Checking all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. Maybe they changed. Maybe I changed. Is everyone going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know. All I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought...
I'm about to sound like a hippie here, or Syndrome from The Incredibles, but once everyone is acting crazy, no one's acting crazy. Like, it's kind of based. We're all in this reality together. We all experience this shit on a day-to-day basis. We're all here.
Were level-headed. They were left-wing, but, you know, like, they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those, like, woke SJWs, like, they were cool, we can disagree and still be friends. You know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, they would celebrate that clone being murdered, they're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, "Rip bozo." It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society. Like, that's it. It's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the f*** are you celebrating? You! They think you're a f***ing Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around us at our so-called allies and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling through Twitter.
Yeah,
and
you fucking see that on Instagram now.
Someone gets stabbed.
You just scroll through.
And when someone
instantly.
like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good, I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with a family and kids, actually. Like, that was someone's son. The internet has turned real people.
And exactly what she was about to say, y'all are way too parasocial. Well, you're too parasocial and you're also not real enough. You completely disassociate the real person from what you see online, even if the person online is basically the exact same person that you see on the camera. Like, you can't be doing that and also in real life basing that, like, you can't be bringing it into the real world. That's not, it contradicts itself and it makes no sense. And on top of that, it leads to shit like this. Just mind your business, bro. Like, when I say love your neighbor and I say, like, all that type of stuff, like, sure, you can be scrolling and it's like, I don't know, bro. Just be nice to people. Just be nice to people and mind your business. Like, seriously, like, get some money, bro. Fuck, I don't know.
People into nothing but cartoon characters that disappear when you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on XYZ. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen, no. And they were right. Almost overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And all you want is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And
especially
then
if you have
and
kids.
then the world.
Bro, if you bring a kid into the equation,
but
your
we can't
fucking
save the
brain
world.
goes crazy.
But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions, because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move these people at all. Because they hate their lives. They hate their families. They are out of mind
Hold on. What
who
did
are
she say?
celebrating this.
Boxes, sure, they bring you stuff. But
I
it's
just
doubtful
done
they'd
did
invite
watch
you
it.
to a parent group.
Than the world, you know? But we can't save the world, you can't. But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions, because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move.
Okay. So I know that she's talking about if you just have differing opinions, but like in my situation, my mom, like when I said if you put people at risk for their opinion, my mom disagrees with me a lot on how I live my life and like a lot of things like that. And I'm the type of person where I'm like, I don't want to let people ruin my day. It's like it's my own emotions. It's my own day. You know what I'm saying? But like she would go out of her way to like make it terrible right before a shift so that I would get fired and then I would be broke and then she would kick me out. And that was like a cycle that would happen. And it was just because of how I am and how she is. I don't need to go in depth on how she is as a person just because I don't want to air her out. But I still sometimes talk with her, and I have had periods where I cut her off and I didn't talk with her for months. And I still sometimes feel that way, that I should. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? And I want you guys to be level-headed because I know a lot of times you guys like see something bad happen and you guys are on the Charlie Kirk like advocate for his death wave. Don't do that. Come at me with some real shit. Because it's like I still talk with her. Like I said, I still talk with her. I would love to have an actual relationship, but the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that I can't really talk about on camera that's happened. And, you know, like it's one of those types of situations. It's kind of fucked up. But, yeah, not to turn this into like a me situation. I guess it's my video. Fuck it, dude, you know?
Move these people at all. Because they hate their lives. They hate their families. They are atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society. And I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them and I wish I could help them. But I have bugman fatigue. And for the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him and should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the few people left willing to do that, and now he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this. I just hope for the sake of this country that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing. I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been extremely
I don't know where this is gonna go.
I think I'm gonna take a break from politics.
This is the
I don't
craziest
know.
stalemate
I'm a YouTuber.
we've ever been in.
I'm not a political pundit, right? I'm not. My goal here, my purpose here is to entertain, is to make people laugh. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I will continue to do. The news cycle will move on. The world will move on. Charlie Kirk's kids won't move on. His daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad anymore.
And I don't even know if we're necessarily gonna move on.
That sucks. I don't know what else to say.
Like,
I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like this. They're actually nothing like this. They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now. But
yeah, that's how my
I
videos
promise
have
you
been lately
the
too.
next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
Shit, man. That was more serious than I wanted it to be. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that was just depressing. She's right though in a lot of it. Like, a lot of people are very messed up right now, and a lot of people have been messed up for years, and people have been calling it out for years, but I just pray that the truth comes through. I pray that the truth comes through on everyone, you know, on everyone's mentality. Like, whoever genuinely is like a problem mentally, I guess, like if you're mentally ill and also taking it out on everyone, that's where it's like, you know, we got to figure something out. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, use code PROPHET, HTLT, and driven, and I will see you guys later. Peace.